North's fight for independence in Game of Thrones is seriously epic and goes way, way back. So, remember how the series finale showed Sansa Stark crowned queen in the North? That was huge. After thousands of years, the North finally got its freedom again. Meanwhile, Bran took the Iron Throne, ruling all the Seven Kingdoms. But how did the North get here? Let me break it down. Way before the kingdoms we know, there were the first men, about 10,000 years ago, who crossed from Essos into Westeros. They used the stepstones as a kind of land bridge, which is wild. When they arrived, they met the children of the forest. At first, things were chill, but then the first men started cutting down the sacred weirwood trees, which really upset the children. That sparked a brutal war involving the first men, the children, and even giants. The first men had bronze weapons and brains on their side, but the children had magic. And get this, they even turned some captured men into White Walkers, those creepy undead beyond the wall. Eventually, they made a truce. The children kept the forests, and the men took the rest of Westeros. This was the North's earliest claim to independence, but the story didn't end there. Enter House Stark, founded by Brandon the Builder, who built Winterfell. The Starks ruled the North for nearly 8,000 years. They were powerful kings, kept alliances with groups like the Night's Watch, and fought off brutal enemies like House Bolton, famous for their flaying tactics, which the Starks banned, by the way. The Starks didn't really answer to Southern kings for centuries. They ruled tough and smart, using wars and marriages to keep their grip. But then came the Targaryen conquest. King Torrhen Stark famously knelt to Aegon the Conqueror and his dragons, ending the North's full independence. But he did it to save his people. From then on, the Starks served as loyal northern lords under Targaryen rule, while still keeping some local power. Fast forward to Robert's Rebellion, which kicked out the Targaryens. Ned Stark ruled quietly for a while. But after his capture and death, his son Robb declared himself king in the North, and even king of the North and the Trident. Robb brought back hope for northern independence, but his victory was cut short at the Red Wedding. Still, that dream lived on. Finally, Jon Snow took the mantle as king in the North, trying to unite everyone against the White Walkers. Even though he knelt to Daenerys, northern independence wasn't gone for good. After Jon killed Daenerys and Bran became king, Sansa declared the North free again. So after 8,000 years of wars, betrayals, and alliances, the North stood proud and independent at last. Crazy, right? The North's story is basically a saga of survival, power, and identity stretching back to the dawn of Westeros itself.